First time rocking with us, welcome to the family. Yeah, welcome to the family. This is not like any boxing podcast or any content you've seen before. This is barbershop energy. We're not sitting here with suits and ties. I'm not pretending to be Carl Froch. This guy here is not Steve Bunce. We are here on our own vibe, and you might hear some things because we don't pull our punches. We don't pretend to be non-biased. We are here to be ourselves, and we expect the fans to do the same.
So if there's anything you dislike, let us know in the comment section. But if you feel that you dislike it so much, you can always call in on a Monday Night Smoke. We're here for you. We won't let you down. Come and get your takes off. Say what you want to say. And I promise you, probably with this pod today, there might be some things that you don't like. There might be. Because we're talking heavyweights today. We're talking heavyweights today. So you can ask me my tail of the tape, and I just want to get into this thing still.
Cool. What's your tail of the tape, brother?
Gee, come on, I'm 0-0, fam. Never fought, never lost. If I did, someone gets knocked out, and it's definitely not me, fam. In and out of there, fam. Talk to me. What's your tail of the tape, bro?
Bro, I boast a perfect record of 2-0 with a 50% knockout rate. That means half the men that enter the ring with me left on their backs.
Let's go. Now that's finished. That's done. Let's talk about what we're here to talk about, bro. We need to talk about Dillian versus Tyson Fury and the aftermath of that, and just, you know, I'm upset.
Now the dust has settled.
The dust has settled. I mean, the dust. Wait, hold on.
We're a few days after the fight now. A good few days.
Oh man, do we give wedding stuff or do we just go straight into the ting?
I mean, I got married this weekend.
We gotta do wedding stuff. We gotta do wedding stuff. Let's give some attention to it, bro. It was a fantastic wedding. Let's just, because you don't post as well, so this is the most. This is like privileged information.
You know when you're waiting for the legit official pics?
Yeah.
When those land, slapping the timeline, fam.
Okay. But again, people should feel privileged, and I think a lot of people felt privileged being at the wedding because it was not a big affair.
Bro,
let me tell you too much.
You know, let me tell you one thing I was glad about, because this is the only platform I've spoken about the wedding.
Yeah.
Here and live shows.
Yeah.
The rest of my social media are none the wiser.
Yeah.
So throughout the day, I'm getting messages from great defeaters.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, every single message put a smile on my face. I was like, oh my gosh, I just realized I've already told you guys. And the messages flooded in. DMs from accounts that we've not even had those combos. And it's like, yo, bro. One guy sent me a voice note. I forget the name. Shout out to this guy. He sent me a voice note. He goes, bro, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He goes, I know we don't like know each other.
Yeah.
But I rock with you lot on the podcast. And it's like, you lot helped me through a tough time in the lockdown.
Wow.
And I feel like I know you guys. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I know you're getting married today. I wish you nothing but the best, bro. He goes, it's mad because I know we don't know each other like that, but still big up. And I was like, no, this is powerful, man. I proper love these messages, man.
Oh, man. It is powerful. It's a powerful community and stuff. And I couldn't even imagine what those messages would feel like, you know? But for me, I was honored, bro. I was the best man. I took my best man.
The best man.
I took my best man role. No, you know it.
MVP, fam. You were in your Shaq Game 2. Shaq Game 2. That's the only way I can describe it, fam.
I was on it. I'm not going to lie. I took the role.
All bases covered.
I was serious about it. Even when they said, have you got the rings? Yeah. Bro, do you know how many times I checked? The rings. I said, because I was thinking to myself, what would David Haye do, fam? Because I know that deep down, I know it's because David Haye had the bigger fight. I know you hit him at first. I know you had the fight, and he's like, oh man, I got to do commentary. But if he was there, he would have had the rings on, innit? Yeah, I mean, he probably
said the rings on
the toe. Yeah, he would have had them. He would have been wearing them, bro. One would have been on his toe, though. You know what I mean? He just has to. You know, it's like, got the rings, mate. And it's just the two toes just appear.
No, he goes, I'm wearing it. It's on the toe, the toe.
I thought Travis would like that.
That is putting that straight onto your finger is insane.
No, but again, it was a beautiful day.
Was so cold.
It was a beautiful day, man. It wasn't a lot of people there, so you just felt privileged to be in the house.
Intimate affair, man.
Yeah, intimate affair. And again, It was just, bro, married now. Do you know what I mean? Big up to you, man. Welcome to the club.
Thank you, bro. You know what's mad? I feel like a proper, bro. I feel like a proper adult, fam.
It's
I feel like a proper adult.
It's mad, you know.
I'm walking around looking at people like, bro, the smugness. I'm looking around like, please, I'm a married man. You understand? Relax, relax.
Yeah, everything's different. You kind of want the different level. I think it's the respect for the family members as well. It's like, yeah, I'm married, you know.
Listen,
you can't talk.
You can't
deal
talk to
with
me like
the
that
same
still.
way. I can't run shop. I can't run shop.
I'm not running shop for no one.
Can't run shop. I'm sorry.
I'm someone's husband, fam.
You know your parents will still send you shop though. They need to. Yeah, they need to. You just gotta go, fam. They don't matter whose husband you are. But yeah, again,
dope,
we at the wedding we didn't watch the fight. Me and you,
fully didn't.
Yeah,
fully didn't.
We stayed too.
Bro, I was on wife's orders, fam. There was a point where my cousin comes up to me, goes, "Yo, you not watching the fight?" And I saw it. He had it on his phone. I looked down. I saw it. I was like, looked away. I said, "There's no boxing on tonight. Not in my world." I was on job, bro.
You know what? And my wife said to me as well. She goes, "How would that look? You're the best man. Your boy's getting married, first dance, and you're watching a fight. Is that what you're here for? Is that your priorities?" I said, "Babes, who's fighting today? What do you mean?" I said, "What are you talking about? I didn't even know there's fighting on."
Tell you,
bro. No, but people. I was alerted when the moment happened, and I just to segue into this thing. We didn't miss anything. We didn't miss anything. I usually have a boxing conversation with a few dads at my daughter's school, and they were like, "This is the first time I felt robbed. Like I paid money and I felt robbed by the whole thing." And
yeah,
how Dillian came across again to the general public, all my fears that I was worried about was realized in that fight. What I'm gonna do is I'll just say my fears were realized. I'm gonna pass the ball back over to you, and then we can really chop this one up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't surprised by the outcome. Do you know what I mean? Last week, this was definitely not one of those moments where there was egg on my face or your face even. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I laughed when I saw some of the comments saying, "Oh, Dillian fans are upset," and I was like, "Bruv, relax." You know, Fury fans love to have that moment where it's like, "Oh, you lot said," and it's like, but no one said that.
Yeah, because it was more hope. It was more hope. Don't get me wrong. Like
I wanted Dillian to
win so badly, and it would have been this contemporary dance that would have got you to do at the wedding would have been incredible,
outrageous. It would have been
incredible. But we had to look at this thing and say it was poor, bro. It was poor. Like if you're ready for me to just ISO this situation, I'm happy to go, bro. Because this is what my situation is. Yeah. Not coming was a waste of your time. Not turning up and not trying to fall into the mind games and everything that was gonna happen with Fury, you wasted it. It was wasted. It was a total waste for you, you know. And even the antics after just lets me know that you didn't think this through at all. So just imagine now. You don't come, and I get the reason why you're not coming. You may feel disrespected. To me, I'm like, you could be losing now on you because you can lose and still win. Some people have done that, lose and still win. Many people have done that. We talk about Cheeseman and all these other guys that have boxed in the past that we say, you know, you've lost, but there's something about you now. I'm on board. Wilder did it not too long ago. Lost, win. You know, he gained more in fight 3 than anyone could have. So right now that you have the best story, one of the greatest stories in boxing, and the reason why we all watch boxing, and America doesn't know. You didn't give them a chance. America doesn't know you. As far as they're concerned, you're just another etch on Tyson Fury's record. That's what happened. And he has got the American market. Maestro comes on all the time, and there's a loads of Americans. I see who's tweeting. Shannon Sharps. I'm seeing the blue ticks in America. These are high profile people that you could have met you for the first time. You didn't allow that to happen because you didn't want to engage. And you've got one of the best personalities. Your personality is tailor-made for these guys. Tailor-made for longevity. You know what was the most disappointing thing that I heard? When he said, I hope Tyson Fury gives me a rematch. Do you remember what happened with you and Frank Warren? Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad? What? I said, Trav, this is do or die. If this doesn't go your way, you're gonna look crazy. Yeah? Because now Eddie Hearn has got to repackage you to resell you out again, which is going to be very difficult on the same knockout, on the same hit, taking you out 3 times. It's very hard to sell someone new to the guy that goes to the same punch. Yeah,
he's got an off button, a public off button now.
A public off button. It's just there. Yeah, so it's really hard to sell you. Then after you say to yourself, well, let's talk about the public clamor and stuff and the people, how they feel about you. Yeah, some people, well, I like people like me, I'm not going anywhere. But I'm talking about people that are just getting to know you. Someone that's discovering Dillian is gonna say, well, look at him complaining. Their first version of you is you're talking about being pushed. That's like Tollgate. But you saying, I was pushed, when they saw you fighting the recklessly, they saw that. So what will we do now? So again, and then final, this is the part that I had to get in there because I wasn't sure about it because I said, you know what? I always get accused of doing too much psychoanalysis and maybe I take things too far in regards to the lead up. But I heard Eddie Hearn today, saying there's an interview and he spoke about the tickling. And the tickling bothered me from the beginning. He said he took your intensity away from you. When Eddie Hearn says you want vicious Dillian, I was already thinking this from the beginning. I was so upset with the tickling and the bantering. Yeah, we live together, dancing.
We saw Dillian giving him this, fam, on the way in.
How can you be silent and then start dancing with someone? You've been missing all this time. Now you're mine. You are mine. Before you lot were Dillian. One glove, well, not one glove, leather gloves. He means business, bro. You're doing David Guetta moves, fam. It makes
came in
no
on
sense.
Nice guy energy, bro.
Talk to me.
Disarmed him. Man, want to talk about AJ being disarmed?
Yeah,
it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
When man was nicing you up, man took you down memory lane.
Talking about when we used to live together.
And softened you up. Talking about your training camp days. And now you're talking about, we was friends. And you just got sucked into this thing. You're sitting there with black gloves, everything blacked out. We know how, on the ends, we know what that means.
Yeah.
We know what that means.
So
when you come there and sit down doing nice guy, you came with the man them. And the man them that you came with had everybody on their side behaving. You see Fury's camp at previous time, bro, his brother, his cousin, everybody's on smoke. You can't even talk, man. Wilder's brother was over there. Wilder's brother and this man were getting into it. Them man were about to scrap. Yeah. Whoever Dillian came with had these men in line to the point where Dean Whyte was over there saying, who are you talking to? Tyson Fury turned to his own dad and said, just calm it, yeah? Because this thing right here could get mad in there. And we don't have enough guys for those brothers. So from that place, Dillian now decided to go completely the opposite way. Let me behave and let's go too nice. And he sat down and was too cool on that one. I thought to myself, okay, he's calm. He's calm and measured. I thought he's confident. He's in the zone. We move forward. Donnie's dancing on. That's when I'm like, okay, you've never danced before in your life.
Danced.
Whenever you see something new, it's a bad sign. Marvin Hagler, as soon as the final bell rung against Sugar Ray Leonard, he starts dancing to say, yo, I'm so confident I won. Hagler doesn't dance. It's a flag that something is not going the correct way. So when I'm looking at all of this, I'm like, you like we said, you become a part of the Tyson Fury show.
That's all he did.
You allowed yourself to be disarmed. You didn't come in there thinking 1,000 days these men kept me away from my thing. You came in there on some, end of the day, it's a fight. You came in here like how AJ does when we criticize him when he comes in soft. You, who was ringside at the Usyk fight, saying, how you let my man come in there and do this thing? What? You, bro, you are the last person that we expected to be thrown off their game.
That's real.
Through
real.
nice guy energy.
That's real. It worked. Again, it's literally real. It was Ruiz. It's Ruiz from the Ruiz playbook. Can I hold the belts? Of course you can hold the belts, man. Hold the belts. Go on. What else you want? Tickle.
Not Dillian Whyte from Brixton. Dude, Tickle belly?
Bro.
Tickle belly.
Do you know how mad it is to tickle someone?
Bro, I'll tell you right now.
Do you know how mad it is to tickle someone that you're gonna punch in the face in a few days? Brother,
let me tell you right now, yeah? If someone tickled me today, that is a huge disrespect as far as I'm concerned, because what are we doing right now? What is happening?
Bro,
you know when you get that jump off? We do.
Because at the first
are you right?
Because you can't tickle silently, innit? You have to say what you're doing. So you're like, tickle, tickle, tickle. No one tickles with a straight face, innit? No one tickles with no sound effect.
Nah, but bro, a man tickle you don't even know me like that. For the bants, it's not even bants. 0 to 100. Hey,
you gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. No one can just get a tickle off like that. So it's mad. So he's tickled him. He should have banged him in his face.
Bro, he's tickled him. He's tickled back, and they've had a tickle off. So from that energy,
man,
you know what? You've done this wrong. You've done this
it
wrong. My game plan. I thought he was working my game plan to the T.
He was.
You know what I've always said?
He was at one stage.
I've always ignored him from the first presser. Ignore him right up until the weigh-in and stick it on him physically. Shove him, push him, headbutt, whatever it is. Come out on top. No more words. See you at the fight. That says everything.
Unnerved. You can't know what you're dealing with. You're going to sleep like, oh my goodness, he wants to knock my head off. This guy wants to finish me. Bro, do you know when I'll say this to you, yeah? It's the moment of, and I always go back to that Khan versus Kell Brook moment. It's the best moment. It's by far one of the best moments. Gloves are off. Khan extends a hand. Khan wants to take a percentage to say, yeah, I've mugged you off here, but I don't want you because you're on me. You've got something for me that I'm uncomfortable with how much you're on me. You're on me so much that I'm going to laugh with Terence Crawford while you're training. I'm not laughing. I'm uncomfortable. Yeah?
That's right.
I'm uncomfortable how locked in, how focused you are for me. Shake my hand and say it's all love. That's all I need from you in this moment.
That's all I need from you. Yeah.
Don't touch me. That's what he was on. And I said, yes, he's ready. Now, this thing, it's a mess because this is just as bad as when Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder was playing a blinder as well. Silent, weren't talking, didn't do interviews, and we know he can talk. Yeah? Then he puts the headphones on. It eliminates it.
He just
eliminates it. You were so good till that moment. And this is what I'm saying. You have to give Fury the rating. The outside of the ring ability, the forward thinking.
This is where I don't necessarily, and it's typical me, I don't necessarily give that credit to Fury because this was one of those times where Fury actually had other things on his mind. Because the media pressure about the whole Kinahan thing, that was coming thick and fast. We were seeing him unnerved in them interviews. So man said to Sky Sports, and I'm never doing another interview, Sky, and walked off. He was getting angry, bro. So at this point, he's almost on guard for anything that's uncomfortable, which is why I think he started thinking, you know what? I don't need you and Dillian guy nuts. Let's go with the nice guy thing. He's come with nice guy thing. I'll come with nice guy thing.
I believe he's more mercurial and more thought out in everything he's doing. Like, remember, we've had the gum shield. We've had
the only reason why I still think so is because those allegations and the stuff they're trying to put on and link to man, it's not heavy, it's not light stuff.
Yeah.
It's type of stuff that's not derailing, it's a conversation that
it's a conversation that you can bat away though. He shouldn't
but if you don't manage it correctly, and I don't necessarily think he's managed some of those answers correctly, but that's another I'm not trying to take us there.
Yeah.
But with that going on, combos again with your PR person and all your little people inside your team, that topic is coming up before the presses. So you ain't necessarily thinking, how can I get under Dillian Whyte's skin? No, you're coming here slightly timid version of Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury wasn't himself this time round. This was the perfect time to try to antagonize Fury because there's other things that he's battling here.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Remember, I'm the champion. If I'm Fury, I'm the champion. I'm always going to be the champion. You are the challenger. It's you to unnerve me, yeah? I like it or not. What I've done is I've made you copy me to the point that I brought you into this friendly world. Remember, I've been we can say with Fury, we've had silly Fury, we've had Fury fighting Batman and all that stuff in there. We've had all sorts of Furies, right? Preparing for a fight. We had the Fury licking behind someone's ear and just doing nonsense. Just doing Fury things. So we've seen all sorts of different versions of Fury, but how he wants it to be. Now, the problem is, Dillian copied his energy. He went with it. And he knew, I believe a part of Fury was like, I don't need him as intense as, he's been in Portugal stewing, ready for me. I've tried to get him, I've tried the mind game thing, I tried to call him a dosser, I've tried all this stuff, it hasn't worked. We have to shift tactics. Are you with me?
So let's soften him up with love.
Soften him up with love. Let me talk about the time that on my training camp and I looked after him. Let's talk about him being here and he's waited a long time and I always believed in this guy and I said that rare and we never knew would be here. Not like AJ, we never knew. So we're on the same team. This guy is brilliant.
When you put it like that,
is brilliant.
Well done.
He's brilliant. When it comes to this, the guy knows what he's doing. And again, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's always a wolf. The guy was ready for the knockout. They must have been training to see if that button is there because that punch was set up. That punch was like uppercut. Now, it was there. It's not like it's like, we'll try it. And I landed. It's not like I was woozy or anything and I didn't even land clean. How about that? They took so much. It's such a shame. We didn't even have like when the opposing teams jump into the ring and stuff. It was just a mess. And now we can get into the actual.
Did you see? There's a part in the fight, right?
Talk to me.
Because the fight gets dirty pretty quickly.
Yes.
There's a part in the fight where they're on the ropes. Tyson Fury's leaning in, and Dillian is just clubbing the back of his head.
Yeah. Someone
dashes a drink, and it splashes on them. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, being at this fight must have been uncomfortable for a few people still.
Of course.
Because the crowd is rowdy.
But this fight was supposed to feel nobody's safe. This was supposed to be one of those fights, and it wasn't. Again, like, I remember looking over to the man them watching the fight while the wedding was happening, and they didn't look entertained. They're just sitting there, like, just... And then when I got to see it, I understood, I mirrored the same body language that they had at the wedding. Like, I mirrored it because I said, this is garbage.
I watched the fight the next day, yeah? No word of a lie. It was the first moment to myself after the wedding. Obviously, I'm tired. I lay down to watch this fight. I watch the first round. I fall asleep. I wake up in round 3. I doze off again. It's 5. I stay awake because I know the fight is ending. And I watch the fight. Bro, it gets to the end. And my mood has not changed.
Nothing.
Like, I watched it again later when I weren't tired. And I thought to myself, for this to be a main event, it doesn't have the feel of excitement.
The biggest thing about that fight was the entry of a Fury.
Fury's intro. Quite literally.
That was literally it. Like, it was, and you know what? Because I'll give Fury his flowers in this, but I want to just focus on Dillian for the first bit because I think it's important.
Cool.
It wasn't a showing. Again, we had one when we said I was so happy to be alive to watch Wilder versus Fury.
Oh, the third one.
I was so happy to be a part of boxing. That was a hell of a fight. It just felt like
it was a scatty level of boxing. Let's be real.
Yeah,
but it was entertainment level 110.
Heavyweights. It was heavyweight boxing. You know, where anything can happen. This is why we turn up for this. You know. I didn't get that in this fight. I didn't get like. And I know I listened to Dillian talking about.
Let's not even get to the interview afterwards, bro.
No, not that. I'm just talking about just saying that how he feels that he gave a lot in the fight and he was in it. No, you weren't. You weren't. You know,
I couldn't give Dillian a round in that fight.
Yeah.
And the way it started, first of all, I questioned the first round he came out southpaw. I thought to myself, what are you doing? Because this is not, one, it's not something you've ever done before. Two, you can't do this. Like, unfortunately, I understand you might have just wanted to give him a different look, but it wasn't an effective look. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, this is different.
Yeah.
Fury came out and said, well, I can do this, but I can actually do this. I can actually really be southpaw. Then it's like, okay, so we're just going back to what we're doing now. So then I thought that weird moment now that had passed, I thought, okay, cool, Dillian, show me something now. Because clearly what you're saying is we've got mad game plans for you.
Yeah.
And I was
Fury's
thinking,
done,
okay,
let me jump in with that. So what Fury's done in the round 2 is a reaction to you going southpaw, is saying,
right.
I'm going to go southpaw. And I wish, well, it doesn't even make sense. Anyway, the flow's back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So as the fight plays on, because when I found out at the wedding that it was a 6-round KO, I thought to myself, did he come out on some bookie game plan and just get smoked? So I thought, let me see if Dillian looked like Dillian. Dillian looked like Dillian. He tried the shots that he does, and I was really upset by the footwork. The footwork was some of the worst. I mean, I've always said the same things about Dillian. The balance for me is a problem. His body mechanics are wired a certain way where he is not on balance most of the time when he's active in certain shots. And we saw it at different times in the fight where his shots would zing. Fury had disappeared and he's now facing the wrong way. Big left hand, turn. Right hand, reaching, miss. I'm on the ropes. Like, these moments were so regular. And I'm looking at Fury in this and I'm thinking to myself, Fury looked probably the best he's ever looked. I think this is optimum Fury. Yeah. Perfect weight.
Agreed.
He's got enough size to be able to have the power. He's light enough to be able to move. He doesn't move as much now, right? Yeah. But what we're seeing is that he's still elusive. He can stand there and he knows how to move his body, move his head, and shift.
He was better on the inside as well. When they did get on the inside, he was more dominant. Which is
it was. But there was also the combination of the fact that Dillian looked lost because I could see he was hunting. The minute he gets him against the ropes, no ideas. Literally jittery, like a Shane Mosley type jitter, like he's about to get something off, and then nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, you've missed a couple close shots.
Is that because of the jab? What made him?
What it was, he missed quite a few shots up close before. Tyson was making him miss. So he's missed those shots, and now he's not confident he's going to land. So he gets him up close, and when it's there, he don't know how to pull the trigger because he's like, it's probably not going to land. So let me see what. And it's that thinking time. You got tagged.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You got to move with conviction for every stage of the process, and I think Tyson was just too much for him. He was
levels big, above him.
Too smart, too slick. Yeah, this.
But like, I got a point on this. Yeah,
go on.
While Tyson was levels above him, yeah, the approach, and I need to go back to Mark Tibbs and the trainer. Like, under Mark, we could see him becoming a better boxer. That's the point of it. You know, we know that he's got like a kickboxing background, MMA, this type of whatever stuff. So there was a lot of things he had to learn really quickly. We even spoke about the time when he weren't even doing like strength and conditioning properly. He weren't swimming. There's loads of stuff that he didn't add to his game. He learned, it's like he lost to AJ, and it was the best thing that could happen for him because it forced him to be a professional. He looked at the gap between him and AJ and he said, well, this ain't, like, I had some joy in there at one point. I could have, not like I could have won, but there was a possibility of winning if I get myself right. If I'm committed to this sport. And we saw him taking on challenge after challenge, getting better. Every single fight, I would say, Dillian got better. He got better. Until we leave the trainer, emo, whatever house, so whatever happens, we bring in Xavier. Yeah? Doesn't have an extensive background. Doesn't like, I'm not blaming the coach. I'm just saying experience is not he's not long in the tooth when it comes to experience. And remember, that was the first time I said a few things. I think he wanted to talk. He wanted to have a back and forth with me about that.
I'd still be open. I'd still be open with that for that convo.
But
even
now,
at this point.
yeah. But what I want to give Xavier some level of credence is when he came out against Povetkin. Was it Povetkin? Yeah, when he came out against Povetkin in the first one. So his first fight for Xavier, Povetkin won. He looked wicked. He looked like he's still that at that level, or even maybe said gone up because he controlled the whole fight. The jab was nice, footwork was good. He looked like a boxing. He looked like he found his. The only thing that was different was the intensity. He let him go. He let Povetkin go to his corner when he should have finished him. And before, we known Dillian for finishing. He didn't finish him. He let him out, and then it's a wounded lion. Bap, uppercut. The rest is history. Now, in this other fight, what was a shame is I don't know why they didn't figure it out. There was things that they could have figured out and made better, but it never came in any of the rounds.
I think the Xavier Miller experiment hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Right? Mark Tibbs, we could see Mark Tibbs said the feet are too flat.
Yeah.
From before the fight. Like, I don't know what this camp has, how he's benefited in this camp, with this new team, sorry. Because he was on a progressive journey, and just like that, now we're looking at a new Dillian, and I'm like, this isn't getting better. Like, is this Dillian better than the one that AJ fought?
Not the one that we saw in the ring
Not the one we saw in the ring, absolutely not.
Yeah, it wasn't as savage. It wasn't. It's like
the intensity was watered down to an overthinking fighter. And Dillian has not really been one of them guys where it's like I'm in there playing chess. So for me, I looked at this thing and I'm like, no, you're not Dillian Whyte. You're not doing Dillian Whyte. And I don't necessarily think that the version of Dillian Whyte that we were talking about goes in and beats Fury. I don't think that at all. I just think that it looks a little different.
He's more of a challenge. You
thought it was going to be more.
You thought it was going to be more than that.
I thought he was going to go for it and really show like Otto Walling type performance of just grueling brute force. And I was just like, no, I didn't see that. I saw somebody who was not really pressured. That one thing I found interesting was he backed Tyson up to the ropes anytime he wanted. But I'm a little bit torn between, did Tyson just let you walk him back because he was comfortable there? Or did you force him back? Because at this point, there was no point where I looked at Tyson and thought he's under pressure. There was no time that I saw him land a big shot on Tyson. I thought, ooh, he's felt the power. Nothing got going. And it's like, I don't want to be one of those people that looks at someone and then, you know, they lose and now we chop their whole career and that to bits. But unfortunately, sometimes you got to go back and say, okay, were we seeing what we thought we were seeing before?
There we were. There was a time when
right. Okay. So let's look at it like this. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Those two fights with Chisora.
Yeah.
Brutal wars back and forth.
High intensity.
Controversial knockout. Right. Mm-hmm. Referee pulls the point. Right. It's a dodgy decision. Pulls the point. Chisora thinks he's down on the cards. Mm-hmm. He starts getting reckless. Clip. Down he goes and it's over. Okay, you could argue without that point being taken, Chisora wins the fight if they go to the distance because he was up on the cards. Okay. After that fight, it was just assumed that Dillian Whyte was levels above Chisora.
No,
it was just taken that he was just levels. Him, AJ, Wilder, Fury, we all accepted it. Myself included.
And 1,000 days. And the 3,000 days. Bro.
And the 1,000 days narrative just kept him going. And it's like, we looked at the Oscar Rivas fight. Oscar Rivas is a bridgerweight now. Joseph Parker, the Joseph Parker fight. He got through that fight. But it's like, there's been a lot of tough fights with opponents that we don't also have in the mix with the top guys.
Yeah, like Lucas Brown. We're not going to put him in there.
That got a lot of love. These times, Lucas Brown went on to lose to a rugby player.
Fucking hell.
Which is insane, right? But here we are now, and he's gone into that level, and it wasn't competitive. I saw Gareth A. Davis saying that Dillian Whyte beats AJ. I want him to put crack down.
Nah.
Because I'm tired of his dumb takes getting onto my timeline, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe we missed something along this way, but I like Dillian as a person, right? Because after we get off done talking about boxing and we start talking about life, Dillian Whyte has won at life.
Yes.
From where this man started to what he's on now, his bank balance today. Won. Or whenever that check from Frank clears. Yeah.
It could take a while still.
Which might be 2023 by the time he's really got access to the P's. But the way he started in Jamaica, you understand that story there from to this point now as a millionaire, that is the stuff of movies.
A clear millionaire.
So I say salute to Dillian Whyte as a man. But Dillian as a boxer, I don't know that he belongs at the top level anymore. I think the fights that he's got left, AJ, because of the personal beef.
AJ Wild, he's got three fights if he's clever in a light rebrand. He's got AJ. He has to have Ruiz. Him and Ruiz have done way too much to each other to not fight each other. They're messing around. AJ Wilder Ruiz.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's nice. If Eddie Hearn can switch his mindset and say, I still want to do some good stuff in the O2 arena. Those are good fights, and then it's still, because I would put him in there with Wilder probably next. I'd put him in there with Wilder. I know it sounds crazy.
I think he needs to rebuild still.
No, we're not going to get. There's no chance.
No, it's like just a one touch fight.
Oh, like a touch.
One fight. Yeah. Let me get some kind of confidence. Fight.
So a confident fight. Yeah, boom, and then Wilder makes sense for me. And then again, because you still got an AJ Wilder, you still need to build AJ Wilder as well. That's still a fight that has to happen at some point. We deserve to see it, right?
Yeah.
That is the move. You do that one, it still gets interest with no title. We've seen we've seen people fight for no titles and it be interesting sometimes.
Yeah,
we're coming into this new phase of boxing where it's like, well, it doesn't really matter for the title.
Getting the belt and the politics.
I just want to see these men scrap. Are you with me? Yeah. So that's. I think there's 3 fights in there. I don't know what Ruiz is doing with his career, but those to me, I'd pay for. I'd actually pay for it. I'd say, you know what? Because I know the build up should be good. I know everything, because forget about that Frank Warren door. It's closed. Yeah. And if them man win all the belts, if Usyk beats AJ, remember, they don't even like Eddie Hearn in this thing as well. So they're controlling boxing. Yeah. You have to create your own source now. Out of the, are you with me? You have to. You're out of the loop. You're out of the loop.
Hate to have to do BT Sport.
It's BT. It's BT. So then you have to create something that says, I'm getting value for money, and now you have to story. It's all about stories, because you're selling until us until the belts come back
into the mix.
Until the belts come back into the mix. This is what needs to. I think this is what needs to be done. So there's still. Again, he's made a lot of money. There's still some money left on the table. It all depends on, and these guys could lose. That's how much their money's still good. These men could really lose. AJ could lose his next fight and still fight in a full packed ultra arena against Whyte, and Wood will be there. We're there. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Yeah, no, I do hear you. But you know, one factor that we're forgetting all of this is that Tyson Fury has now officially retired.
No, he hasn't.
Now, I find it hilarious, this retirement talk, because you know what's mad? I remember when David Haye retired, right? And social media, in all the boxing algorithms, David Haye tribute videos, Haymaker classics.
Yeah.
All the highlight reels. Thank you for the memories, David. Haymaker, all of that stuff, because everybody accepted and believed he'd retired. Not one for Fury. Because nobody in any fan base thinks he's telling the truth.
No one. That's funny as well. Again,
no boxing page is saying, thank you, Tyson.
For all the
Wish you all the best.
No, so before
one's hearing that. Even Bob Arum and Frank have come out and said he'd probably come out for the right money for AJ. We can see the move.
Yeah.
This right here is the Mayweather move, where you retire so you can say to them, pay me what I want to come out of retirement.
Obscene amount. Pay me
100 mil.
100 mil. I'm not coming out. We have to go to the dunes.
Tyson Fury is sitting there thinking, I'm not doing another mandatory.
Yeah.
I've not come into boxing to do title defenses. I've come into this thing to be a mad guy and do what I want. Okay? I've done a defense, done another one. No one chat to me about nothing else again.
Correct. Literally, I can't argue anything you're saying. But and I need to give Tyson Fury his credit. Because
Let's do that then.
Now's the time. Like, I want to get into this this stuff as well, but I never knew.
Should I leave with the flowers to Tyson, because I never want to give this guy flowers.
You leave with the flowers.
I'll give him his flowers this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the best he's looked, in my opinion. This is the best Tyson Fury we've seen. For a long time now, we said he ain't got no power, right? We saw the stoppage over Wilder. You know what I mean? That was a blunt trauma beating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like, I'm bigger than you, I'm leaning on you, I'm doing what I want.
Everything.
This time around, it wasn't even that. This was a fight where Dillian was very dirty in that fight. Punches to the back of the head. Tyson Fury probably got some dirty headbutts in there. It was a fight at the end of the day. I will never look at, unless it's a crazy dirty move, I will never grudge fighters for having the little cheeky moment in there.
Yeah.
Because I don't consider boxing a sport where it's like, you turn, my turn, your turn. No, it's a fight.
Yeah.
So whatever happens in there, let it be what it is.
Yeah.
He knocks him out with a straight uppercut. No build up. Just
perfect setup,
bang.
though. Perfect setup.
And I'm like, I looked at that and I said, you know what? Kudos. Salute. You're looking good. You're looking dangerous. You're getting better as well. At this stage of your career, you're getting better. I don't think retirement is you don't mean that retirement. I know you don't mean it. But
you
it's one of them ones where...
actually called me and he said, do you know what's mad? He's getting better. I remember we had a phone conversation like the day after something.
Yeah.
Hey, Tyson Fury is getting better. That's the mad thing to say. That now, when we're in his phase of career, how's he getting better? And
he's found the balance between herky-jerky and the Wilder free, where it's like, I'm trying to run man down. Because you're not going to run most man down like that. Wilder is built like a basketball player. You can run him down. But these guys can push you back. And now he's like, okay, cool. Well, I can still outbox. And now I can dig. Kronk power has come.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're looking at this thing now and it's like, yo, I stand firm in my belief that AJ has the best chance of beating him out of the rest of these guys.
I'm glad you brought up AJ. But
Usyk, in my opinion, against Fury, is a waste of time. Tyson Fury is going to lean all over this brother, right? And he's going to do what he wants with him. Usyk is going to be slick. Don't get me wrong. He's going to be slick and he's going to do some good things in that fight. But the whole fight overall, Tyson Fury is not going to be AJ. He's not going to play sword fighting with this brother. He's going to grab him, swing him around. He's going to squeeze him, lean on him. Referee's going to say whatever. He's going to dig. And Usyk is going to be like... This is so annoying. It's not gonna be a boxing match. It's gonna be ugly, and he's gonna grind him out and win. Because one thing about Tyson Fury, he knows what he has to do all the time.
He's a winner. And you know the one thing. So two things, right? I believe that Tyson Fury is going to that place mentally, to that Canelo realm. When I say the Canelo, realm, I'm talking about Canelo knows he's winning as he walks into the... Canelo believes he's won before the fight is even like...
But you know what I think? You know what I think that comes from, though? I mean, if he gets that level of confidence here, then cool. But Canelo's got that because of the run
he's had. No, but I'm saying that he believes. Again, sometimes don't mistake what a victory will do to someone and how they feel about. If I say to myself, in boxing, in my weights era, in the heavyweights, who is the most dangerous? Like, if I did that, if I played that game, I will say AJ. I definitely say Wilder, and I'll say I tamed the beast. I tamed the beast at his most angry. That's gonna give me confidence. Then I look at my boxing record. Then I remember I was a points man. Yeah, that's like turning. Let me think of a fighter that. There you go. That's like turning Eubank into a knockout specialist. Yeah,
Eubank Jr.
Yeah, that's like turning Eubank Jr. into a knockout specialist. I used to be the points man, and all of a sudden, I'm getting people the hell out of here. People that it's unexpected. So the confidence that he's got, and again, he's looking at his record. Yes, it's bloated with not real solid guys, but I beat Klitschko. I can outbox and I can knock man out. Bro, who can stop me? Who?
Yeah.
You tell me who can stop me. This is
That's
my
how he
thing.
feels.
And that's what I said when he's gone into a Canelo-ish realm in his Canelo, he's so confident, he's fighting at all sorts of weights. He's like, give me him. Give me Bivol.
Bro,
give me
he was gonna go cruiser. This guy campaigned at 147.
Yeah. So Canelo's
going
somewhere
cruiser.
else. Canelo's somewhere else in his mentality of what he believes he can do. But this is what I'm saying, and I believe that when you heard him talk about, because he's never wanted to say, I'm one of the greatest of, like, he's never wanted to say, he's always respected. Every time I've heard him do an interview before, he's not wanted to put himself with the greats of all these eras of time gone past.
I feel like he has
now he is saying it. Now, the last time you heard him speak, he goes, I'm one of the greatest to do it. And yes, and that's
I'm 6'9". I move like a middleweight. Who would have beat me? I'm like, yo, don't disrespect the legacy of man like Lennox Lewis, bro.
Oh,
Lennox
no.
Still in this world, and his highlight videos are still available for all to see.
Mashing him down. But again, Lennox knows who this man is, though. Lennox recognized, again, they say real recognize real. Lennox said, listen, just go and I want to see another undisputed champion. Lennox is happy to see that, because he said, usually we know.
He said, I've held this thing for too long now.
He said, I'm the last. He goes, who's the new one? Go and complete it. Go and complete the mission. That's what he's told him to go and do. So we know there's no real retirement. All I would say for Fury is the stadium was somewhat, I would say, 70 to 80 is 90,000, but let's just call it, let's just taper it off at 75, maybe. Yeah. That's impressive. In the UK, remember we said that, does he have that profile? He don't sell. Well, he's proved that, and I think he's going to get even more. He's done clever pandering things. Again, dressing up as St. George in the St. George's thing. Like, he knows what he's doing. And when I tell you, this man, he's so methodical, yeah?
He will attach himself to any...
He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a very clever man. He's so clever, and he's doing it because he's saying, I want more.
It's like, thing is for me, yeah, when people say, like, this is why, for me, when I look at calculated moves like that, yeah, because it's not hard to spot calculated people.
Yeah.
Calculated people, very deliberate. Yeah. No matter how clumsy they look in the moment, their man are deliberate. And it's over time you start to recognize their patterns, and it's like, oh, how do you always just fall into these spaces? It's calculated energy. So for me, I will acknowledge that, yeah, he's smart because he knows what he's doing. It's very calculated. But what tells me that, when people say, oh, he's the new leader, he's the biggest one, he's the most popular, I'm like, AJ doesn't need to do these calculated things to move the tickets and sell the way he does.
Yeah.
It's very different, which is why it shows who's one and who's two as far as popularity and value goes. You understand?
Well, this is what I'm saying. And now with that move, you need to understand what that flag, it doesn't have the same, it won't have the same meaning to us as like first, second generation of immigrants or whatever. Yeah. But
very different meaning for us.
For some people, in this Britain here, that England flag, that St. George's thing is the greatest calling card. Like, yes, me. You know what I mean? And AJ understands the need of that crowd because you can tell that he goes GB. You can tell what he's about. You don't really, yes, he gives you a taste of Nigeria every now and then, but he knows what comes with that. He knows that crowd. And what happened in that thing is when you have this conquering guy in the St. George's thing, if someone's gonna watch and say, that's my champion, I'm with him. The next time he's I'm at as well. See what I'm saying? And he's incredibly clever, and he's played it forward because I believe, I think he knows that AJ's gonna win this next one. This is all we don't want. I
know his dad is rooting for
AJ. He doesn't want Usyk.
John Fury wants AJ to smoke Usyk, fam.
Yes, he does.
He knows the money fight is AJ.
It is AJ. And Fury wants it to be AJ. He can't help talking about him. He said, "Oh, the guy that was meant to fight got beaten by a middleweight." He can't wait. Like, he's not doing these things for no reason. It's AJ or bust. If Usyk wins, he might retire. He might just say, "No, fuck it. There's no point." Like, unless there's a super offer. But I don't want to fight him. Like,
I don't want to see that either. I don't want him to have to fight Usyk.
Yeah, but AJ
this is one of those moments where the legacy, the moment is on AJ's shoulders now.
It has to be AJ. But I now
he has to do his thing.
Yeah.
Get through Usyk and make it be the story so that we can all go back to my take where I said it's like Yard and Arthur. And he goes out there and goes to work and blows man away inside 4 or 5. And now we've got Fury and AJ in a legit unification.
Unified. Do you know what?
King of the Hill bout. That's what it is.
Do you know what? I'm happy to have egg on my face. I'm saying it now. AJ's gonna beat Usyk. I've said it.
Wow. I'm coming from you.
I'm saying it now. I need it. I need that. But reason, like, he has to. AJ has to. Angel Fernandez, whatever. Let's leave that alone. AJ is gonna turn up because I've been sitting there thinking, because I don't trust AJ because I lost a lot of trust in that Tottenham's ground, in that Tottenham or whatever it's called, White Hart Lane, whatever it's called now. Yeah. I lost a lot of trust for AJ in that fight because I remember I kept looking to you like, when is he gonna turn up? Remember, now you look at me and I'm like, and then there's that realization of, oh my goodness, he might not turn up. And it was frustrating just being there.
Fam, do you know how many speeches I gave to AJ in between rounds? As if he was right next to me, fam. I was so annoyed because at some point you got to say to the brother, you're losing this fight. Think about how you're going to feel tomorrow morning. You've got 2 rounds to change what tomorrow morning's feeling is going to be, my brother.
I remember that.
Get up and go to work, fam. I was so mad.
I remember you saying
because I was like, at some point you got to throw the kitchen sink. Go out. If you're losing in a different way. Lose with no stamina left, fam. Knowing that you tried. Because that feeling of losing when you know you didn't try, that's torture, bro. That is torture for months when you know you didn't go as hard as you could have gone. If you lose after giving everything, you can sleep.
Yeah, he's going to win it. He knows. AJ, weirdly, a part of AJ knew he had the rematch. My
dad said that.
A part of AJ said rematch. It's calm.
My dad said those last 2 rounds were rematch clause rounds.
Safety net. You know when someone has, it's like chasing your dream, but you got a job. You're safe.
Whew,
you're safe.
See that one there?
Yeah.
That's not for every creative, bro.
Yeah.
You'll know when it's the right time.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, bro, I quit my job June 2019.
Yeah.
Or 18. No, 18. Bro, I sat in the car park for 45 minutes after I quit that job. And I sat there and I thought, yeah, I've done it. This is what I've always wanted to do. But what am I going to do now? And that moment,
such a real moment.
Bro, it puts a battery.
You'll have it. You'll have it. You'll learn. Like, I know, and I recognize when it's happening in me. Yeah, little things, different things can trigger it. I remember having a child, triggered it. Losing my mum triggered it. There was moments in my life where I could say, whoa. I remember just saying, I gotta stop. I gotta do this. I've got to do this. And you do have that moment again where you're in the car or you're just looking in the mirror saying, bro, is this what we're doing? Yeah. You know the ones who say, and because if like me, you got a significant other, that's a conversation. And you gotta know what it looks like, because you're coming to say everything's changing. You're coming to say financially, this whole thing's changing. Now, AJ, there's no get out of jail clauses right now. There's no return to go, collect your 20. No, it's bust. If you lose this, it's bust. Yes, you can fight Dillian Whyte, O2 Arena and that. That's cool.
But Fury goes.
Fury anywhere in the world as the it'll be the Three-time champion.
Yeah.
He'll be the
But now undisputed. 2-time undisputed. No. 1-time undisputed, but 3-time for a few of those belts.
Yeah, 3-time. He'll be a 3-time champion, right? He would have won it. Bro, as the 3-time, it's going to be nuts because the negotiation is going to be very difficult. Yeah? But as a 3-time champion, bro, all the money, is with that man. And all you have to do is beat a guy that you hurt already that's smaller than you. If you can't win this fight, I quit. I have to quit, bro. What do I do?
KG does not mean that. This podcast will continue.
I have to quit.
And we will follow the new batch of stars.
Bro.
And Ben Whitaker, we're talking about you.
No, Trav. Come on. See what's at stake, bro. The world, bro. Listen, it's yours. You know. No.
Listen. Let's not speak life, bro.
I'm speaking live, but that's why I say he's gonna win it. He can't. He's not got a safety net, bro. It's
AJ, we need you to find whatever it is that you need to find.
He's gonna win it
and get this done.
He's gonna win it. There's no rematch clause. Let man whisper that to him on the way into the bro. You know, this is it. This is it. There's no game 7, bro. This is game 7 right now. Talk. What are we doing right now?
Win or go home.
Home,
bro.
And your legacy, When we talk about legacies, bro, please believe, we used to. We always give our NBA references, Legacies is a funny thing because it's so easy to crumble. Westbrook, Mr. Triple-Double, the world loved him. I loved him. The way they've made Westbrook go out now and the way his legacy's looking,
it's tough.
Now you're looking at the Triple-Double and saying, well, how many shots did he do that Triple-Double?
How many shots did he take?
Then
what's the turnover saying?
And now,
8 turnovers.
If AJ doesn't win, the finite comb that they start to look at this legacy with, and that's especially if Fury goes and mashes that Usyk work.
If he loses to Usyk twice and Fury goes and sparks Usyk,
they're gonna, you won't believe it. Again, boxing is what have you done for me lately? And people will tear apart your thing. The same way we're now doing a finite look with Dillian. It's only fair. It's the game. Unfortunately.
But
go on.
I have to say, when you start to look at, say, a Lennox Lewis's record and all the names that's on there, you don't only get man in his era. You get a Vitaly Klitschko.
Yeah, he said he wanted to touch that.
And that one is crazy when you start to break down what legacies look like. Because I've beat all the man in my time. All the big bad man in my era, beat them all. And then I touched on the brother that's gonna go and dominate your era. Right? And that's crazy because the fact that man are trying to now compare him to Lennox and say he's this and he's that is nuts when it's like you beat the brother that weren't even the main brother. And you've dined out on this thing for a long time. Yes, there was the whole run. He was a great champion, don't get me wrong. But he wasn't the brother. He weren't Vitaly. Man speak about Vitaly very differently to how they spoke about Vlad. Yeah? You got him there. So when we start doing those things, it's like, you don't chat to Lennox.
No.
You could go back into the past and start to say, like what Tony said on Monday Night Smoke. A lot of those guys that were heavyweights back then, they're like light heavies and cruisers today. And then we say, yeah, cool, maybe he would have come up short against some of those guys. There's a lot of men that he wouldn't have beat, but there's some men that, yeah, cool, I hear that one still. Lennox ain't that. Lennox 6'5", built solid, can move, and he can bang hard like Wilder, fam.
But we have to call Lennox what he is, though. He's probably one of the greatest heavyweights we've had.
I'll be honest, man. Like, the only thing that stops people saying that he's at number 1, or maybe stops me saying he's at number 1, is that Ali's got this. His legacy is very special and different.
Yeah.
But we had that conversation when we did the mad matchup about heavyweights one time,
and then we
had Lennox and Ali come up,
yeah.
And I didn't have an argument for how Muhammad Ali beats Lennox. I didn't have one. I didn't see how, personally. So for me, if we're gonna call it straight, I got Lennox at 1 in this thing all time. So I look at that and I'm like, yeah, don't be saying best all time. If Tyson Fury was saying I'm the king of the hill, I'm the king of this era, I would have nothing to say. I wouldn't, because there's nothing to challenge that. He's done what he's supposed to do and he hasn't lost. He's got names that he should fight. I still think he should fight Usyk and AJ, regardless. Because those two men are in this thing right now, and you want to clear out the division so that you can be the man in them barbershop conversations.
Prime Ali gets rid of Lennox though.
I don't know, bro.
He does. Prime.
Lennox's jab. Lennox's jab, yeah.
Ali.
Was something special.
We're gonna go. And I'm talking old school rounds. I'm not talking the
15.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Trust me. Spend some time watching.
No, because I just finished the doc as well. I finished I watched more of the Ali doc.
Yeah.
I don't know, Trav.
Let's speak more on that next week.
All right, cool, wicked.
But we know the pressure's on AJ, bro.
Yeah, AJ. Go on, let Klitschko talk to him.
AJ, my guy. This is how they say squeaky bum time.
All right, people. We're out of here, man.
It sure says squeaky bum time.
AJ.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. Yo, Katie Taylor, Serrano.
It's gonna be classical, fam. I think I'm giving it to Serrano though.
I got Serrano in that one as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think if Katie does this, incredible.
It's a great ride off into the sunset fight.
Incredible. If she does this, incredible. Go ahead.
Shouts out to Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn,
young mogul,
for putting on a tremendous fight for female boxing.
Yeah,
it's huge. This is the first female fight. Headline female fight in New York, Madison Square Garden. This is a huge event in boxing.
The home.
I hope this is the turning point where people start to really invest in and really take time to support women's boxing.
And they're all coming. Again, you're freshly married, so we can't just be, again, it'll be disrespectful to be doing a watch along. Man, keeping man out for 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
It's unfortunate. Saturday. We're so excited about this event, but you lot understand the situation. We're just making sure we can give you these shows at least. So anyway, listen, stay blessed. You know what we're talking about on Monday. It's going to be incredible. The whole card is amazing. This card is going to put the Queensbury card in the bin, basically.
Bro, undercard. This is about to be the real undercard of what undercards are supposed to look like, bro.
All right, anyway, you lot stay blessed. Till next time. Peace. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.